Greetings, 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 royal family. What time is it? It's growing up hip hop time. It's growing up hip hop time. Thank you for clicking on the video. This episode was DRY, dry. So I tried to squeeze out as much as I could. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Okay, so let's just get started. This sit down with Egypt, her pappy, and her brother Tiran. Listen, Egypt made 0 sense, and it seems like she was still on planet Peptron. I tried to okay, girl, get it out. You know, she was giggling. Treach had a serious face. He didn't find any of this funny, and I'm really tired of Treach talking about Sam is supposed to be protecting Egypt. I'm really tired of him saying that. I feel like that's Treach's job. It's like he's really trying to hand over that responsibility to a dude that's living off your daughter and allegedly not taking care of his 2 kids. Yeah, that's a bad decision. And I also wish that WeTV will stop with this Treach is big and bad narrative. Okay, Treach is a New Jersey native. You guys should already know, my regular royal family members, so am I. And it has been known for decades that Vinny was the muscle of the group. Anyway, Treach, he tells Egypt that, she needs to work things out with Titi. He says to her, have you talked to your other mother? He's referring to Titi. Tiran didn't really say much in the meeting. He and Treach were talking before Egypt arrived, and she was so nervous. I'm so nervous to sit down with my dad. And she was like, okay, let me tell you what happened. It was just weird, right? And it was just weird. Anyway, so Treach, he's trying to get Egypt to understand, look, that's your family. Titi is part of the family. No, Titi is her family. What do you mean part of the family? But whatever, same difference, right? So he tells her you really need to work things out with Titi. So what Egypt gathered from what her father told her about mending fences with Titi, Egypt's logic is she's committed to getting Titi to accept Sam. I'm like, oh my God, this girl can't be serious. She's really on planet Peptron. Anywho, let's move on. So we move on to Angela and her brother Jojo. So Angela, this is so funny. Angela's at her place, or so it seems, probably not really her place, and Jojo and his wife show up. Now, this next scene was hilarious to me. In past seasons, right, Angela and the rest of the cast didn't hang out, let alone any of them coming in her house, right? But because this is about Romeo quitting, and this is about Romeo, she's all with it. That's how it comes across to me. It's like she wants everybody to sit around and tell her what's going on. So Boogie, Little Twist, they show up. And they're telling Angela how the sit down went. Boogie, anyway, is telling Angela how the sit down went with Romeo and his father. And poor Boogie, is still confused about what the problem is. He said he still has no idea what the problem is. I thought that was funny, but I believe him. I think he's like, what is Romeo's problem? Like, he didn't even answer my question, which he didn't. He started talking about Angela at the meeting. You guys seen the previous episode, hopefully. So Boogie is just confused. So this meeting was a little bit weird with Angela having Jojo and Tanise there, along with Little Twist and Boogie, because Angela is the creator of the show, right? And I'm sure she's very tight with production and sees everything before everyone else, and knows what went down, even the deleted scenes, right? So she's just like, Romeo quit. It is what it is. No one's making you look bad. They show what you give them, like real nonchalant. Like she already saw everything, but she just wanted an opportunity to shoot a scene with the rest of the cast members. So it is what it is. I get it. Well played, Angela. Twist, he feels that he feels now that Rome and Master P are gone, the executive producer spot is up for grabs. He's so silly. Oh God, poor Egypt. So Egypt, we see the scene where she's in her home in Vegas and she FaceTimes with her fiance, who is in New York working on music videos, according to him, right? I want to know who is funding all this studio time and these video shoots. He probably had a court date shooting a music video. That's probably why he was in New York anyway. Why wouldn't Egypt go with him, right? This is what I'm thinking, to New York. Ain't she a music artist also? And yo, he's just scamming and scamming right under your eyes. Sam went from helping Egypt with her career, right, to becoming the lead singer of the group. How'd that happen? I can't take it. All right. We shift gears to Vanessa. We see Vanessa, and Vanessa, she goes to pay Titi a visit. And I know this is not the picture from the scene, but bear with me. I didn't care to look. Anywho, Vanessa shows up to Titi's place, and she comes, with a nice gift. I like when I see people do that. You come visit someone, you give them a nice little gift. That's so, yes. That's what I was taught to do. But anyway, I like the dynamic between Vanessa and Titi. It just seems real natural, right? Like their little talks, and Titi is she gives me she's very compassionate, and I think Vanessa is in need of that right now. She is not getting that from her sister Angela whatsoever, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. I don't know if I don't want to say buying, but for lack of a better word, I don't know if I'm buying Vanessa's struggles 100%. This is just my opinion, right, as a viewer. And the reason being is because I don't see her using on the show, from what they show us, that's what I'm critiquing, right? I don't see her using the resources that are available to her to lose weight, because that's her issue. That's what she says. Like, she is making this... She's making it about the number, the weight. She talks about how much she weighs because they had champagne. Titi gave her champagne, like a mimosa. Titi had sparkling water with orange juice or something like that, or sparkling soda. And this is when Vanessa started to say to Titi, hey, I shouldn't be drinking this because I'm really struggling with losing weight. And she said how much she weighed. But I think it's deeper than that. I really think it's more than that. And, that's fine, and the reason why it's hard for me to kind of coddle her, is that the word that I'm looking for? Is because she has access to resources. She has money. She can not only seek therapy and counseling, she can hire a nutritionist, she can hire a dietitian, a trainer, hell, she could buy an entire gym and be the only one in there working out. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I just feel like whatever the struggle is, I really hope that she seeks help for it, because she just seems like there's a lot going on. Like, was she in a relationship recently that was verbally abusive? And she just seems like her nerves are all over the place, and she's like a little bit of a wreck. Whatever it is, I hope she definitely seeks help for it. And another thing is, Vanessa, she needs to stop seeking approval, attention, affection from Angela. Angela is immature, and this yearning for Angela's acceptance and affection, it's getting old, right? Anyway, so we shift gears to the photo shoot, right? And Nessa now feels set up about this photo shoot, because she said that she told Angela how she feels about her weight, but again, Angela is immature and doesn't care, like I said. So Angela's just making it no big deal. Angela's like, I'm trying to encourage my sister. She wants Vanessa to get into a bikini and be a part of the photo shoot. Angela's whole thing is, look, I just want to encourage my sister. She tells her, look, we have models from everywhere, all shapes and sizes, and this is supposed to be positive. Vanessa, she starts having anxiety, okay? It's not funny, but it's just like, girl. Anyway, Angela starts rolling her eyes, right? And she walks in on a conversation that Tanise, who is their sister-in-law, is having with Vanessa. So Angela, she starts rolling her eyes when Vanessa says that she wants to have plastic surgery. She wants to have lipo. But she says she just wants to go and see how, have a consultation, price, things like that. You see what I'm saying? To me, it just seems like she would rather use her money for a quick fix. I don't know. That's how it came across. And Angela asked her a good question. Angela asked her if she is going to do other stuff before she considers lipo. Right? This is what made Angela start rolling her eyes. And Angela even said herself, look, I've considered plastic surgery, but she's grown to learn that it is okay to love her natural body. Angela also told Vanessa that she has to do the work consistently. And I agree with Angela. She told Vanessa before that she doesn't focus on how much she weighs, but she focuses on being consistent and changing and altering her lifestyle. Remember when Vanessa got on the scale? I don't know. So Vanessa doesn't pose for the photo shoot, and she ends up getting so uncomfortable that she leaves the set. We move on to see Briana and Twist. Now, Briana all of a sudden is becoming an expert on all things Romeo, right? She keeps saying that they've been in communication via DM. And little Twist, he's feeling a way about Romeo being offended about the ICDC college joke. And it's just like, okay, enough. Moving along. Angela and Bow Wow, they're flirting with each other. Angela, she says, you know how many times he hurt my feelings? He hurt me so many times. But she's still able to laugh and giggle with him and, make light of the situation. Of course, he feeds right into her ego. He gives her all the attention. He jokes with her. He talks about how beautiful her body is. And she's just all giggly. And it's like an even exchange. She gets all of that attention, and his ego is boosted because he really thinks he's the Mac. But I do genuinely think that they like each other, and I think that there's history there, of course, and it probably is more than both of them are willing to talk about, because it seems to me that she likes Bow Wow. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Seems to me that she likes Bow Wow. Like, she gets all shy and giggly around him. Anyway. Then we're revisited by this Angela and her stalker storyline. And I just said to myself, boy, Romeo departing really threw a monkey wrench in the storyline, right? I'm like, not again. Tiran's plan, he gathers the crew for a session in self-defense / fitness. So there's an instructor there that's showing them self-defense moves. Tiran has a plan on opening up his own self-defense school. Or karate school or whatever it's called. So he gathers the crew for a session, and he also invited Egypt and Titi with the hopes of them mending fences, right? So Vanessa, she shows up, but Vanessa, she thought that she was going to be sitting on the sidelines chit-chatting with Titi. No, Nessa, this is a great opportunity to get physically active. No? She is really something else. She's like, I thought I was just gonna be here with Titi. No, girl, burn some calories, sis. Then Egypt shows up. Egypt, occasionally known as Treppa, that is. She shows up, and she says that she's scared of how the cast is going to look at her after what Treppa did at Twist's birthday party. Now, she is most nervous to see and speak to Titi. Okay, Angela, she shows up. Nessa, she's in her feelings, and you can see her pouting with her arms folded in the corner, and she's upset because Angela didn't show her the amount of support that she would have liked at the photo shoot. And, she feels like Angela was insensitive because she knows how she feels about her body and then tried to pressure her to do a photo shoot, yada, yada. Angela brings up the stalker storyline. So she wants them to show her some moves in case her stalker ever approaches her. In her confessional, she says that whenever her stalker was around, she's either escorted. She's usually escorted out of the building, but, just in case. Anywho, Titi and Egypt, they sit down to talk. Egypt pulls her aside, and she wants to talk to her big cousin Titi. Egypt. This girl, man. She is so clueless that she doesn't realize that Titi is not going to fight with her or stop talking to her completely. Titi is not going to do that. You know what I mean? And I think that Egypt really thinks that Titi should forgive and forget, which is what she's saying. She wants her to forgive and forget the fact that Sam has tried to create this narrative that Titi is in love with him and wants her man. You know what I'm saying? Like, wants Sam, which is so disgusting that your man even did this. Remember, he tried that same narrative with Briana. And it's like you expect Titi to just forgive and forget that. Like, where they do that at, girl? Where they do that at? So Sam is well, actually, let me backtrack. Egypt said she's the one that came up with that idea, or she thought that. I don't believe that. I believe Sam is the one that has been putting that in her head. She's taking the blame for him because he did the very same thing with Briana. But if you want to be the fall girl, Egypt, go ahead. Go right on ahead. I think Egypt is well aware of what people are trying to tell her. And she probably sees all the warning signs pertaining to Sam. But baby, let me tell you, there are people who want to save face so bad, right? That they will try to convince themselves and others to believe what they don't even believe themselves. They see all the red flags, the sirens, they see it, but they have to keep up appearances. They don't want anyone talking about them. They want to appear. You get what I'm trying to say. I do like that TT said her piece and is removing herself from the situation. I think they'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be I'm never going to speak to you again. But again, I do like that TT, she said her piece. And she's removing herself from the situation. And Egypt is going to continue to convince people to accept Sam, again, to save face. And she will do it until she gets tired. She ain't tired yet. That's all. She gets very emotional when they're talking. And I think that emotion is because, the crying and fumbling of words. She's trying to find the right words to say. I think her getting emotional is because she knows in her heart, I hate to say it, but she knows in her heart the day will come when she will no longer be able to save face as it pertains to Sam. And it's kind of like she's anticipating the embarrassment. This is my opinion. Yeah, that's how I feel. I think she knows, like, too many people are saying it. Like, if she's lost friends, people don't want to be around her because of him. Come on. I mean, she may play dumb or act aloof. And I think that's some sort of soothing agents may be involved, if you know what I mean. I think that there's certain things that may be ingested or so to soothe, to ease to numb the pain. That's just my opinion, especially judging by these last couple of episodes. But she knows what people are saying, and I think it hurt her a lot because Titi is someone who was like a sister to her, and Titi's not fighting. She knows Tiran is not really, he's not as vocal as Titi, but everybody is looking at her weird. She's never gotten into a fight, and all of a sudden she's sucker punching people or cold cocking people. She wasn't there with Sam when she showed up to Tiran's event, and she was concerned about how people are going to look at her. So I think she knows, but she's trying her best to save face. And as crazy as that sounds, I'm pretty sure we all know several people, if not one, who do that. It is what it is, man. I mean, I like the fact that TT is still compassionate. She's not icing her out. And she doesn't need to. She just has to learn. Egypt is going to get tired eventually. Then Egypt says that she goes on to say that she is sure that if TT says, okay, Sam, let's be cool. She's trying to convince TT in this moment that he will be 100% down for it. And TT is like, she don't care what Sam tries to convince Egypt. She says she feels that Sam will tell Egypt whatever it is that she wants to hear. It's like she's still fighting for TT to accept this guy. Like, this is a sad sight to see, but TT's not saying anything. I do think that TT and Egypt will be fine, but Egypt, she's just going to have to accept the fact that TT is not going to be around as much because of Sam. Like, she's going to have to, you chose a side. So you're going to have to deal with it. And also Titi's getting ready to be a mother. She says she is never putting herself in a position to be around the both of them ever again. And I respect it. Good for you, Titi. And I'm glad that she is leaving it alone because it was too much. You were going to great lengths to try to expose him and let it happen naturally. Let it happen organically, Titi. Egypt will definitely get tired. So again, I don't think that the relationship is severed. I think that it's going to be a new kind of relationship as long as Sam is around. And I feel like Egypt, you're going to have to get used to that. And Titi has every right to associate or disassociate with whomever she chooses. And again, she's getting ready to be a mother. She ain't got time for Sam and his foolishness. Egypt, you do you. Oh, before I go, ICDC College was mentioned 7 times that I counted, could be more, in this episode. I kept saying to myself, if they say ICDC College one more time, I'm going to scream. But this episode was pretty dry. I am glad that Titi and Egypt got to sit down and talk, and I think that there is a better understanding. Titi, leave it alone. Get yourself ready to become a mother and a wife. Egypt, ball's in your court as far as you and your man. You do what you want to do. You got your father looking at you sideways, your brother looking at you sideways, your friends looking at you crazy. Titi, it's just like, whatever, do what you do. So stand by your man, city. Stand by your man, sis. Anyway, Royal Family, this concludes this review for Growing Up Hip Hop. So next week, it is supposed to go down, down, down. Little Twist and JoJo are supposed to be fighting? Whatever, WeTV. I'll believe it when I see it. So, like the video if you enjoyed the commentary. Be sure to drop down and leave your respectful comments. Let's have some fun like we normally do. And if you haven't done so, consider hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification bell. This way, you won't miss out on any of my uploads. So I can't wait to read y'all comments because I know some of y'all was waiting for my video. But it was dry. Like I stopped it in the middle and then came back and watched it again the next day. I was like, this episode is whack. But the review is done. So again, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you soon. Until next time, peace.